most of it boils down, to the deteriorating fiscal situation. I mean, at the risk of repeating myself, we've mentioned the compensation and interest taking, everything. And what that means is that your entire budget, remainder of the budget, the remainder of recurrence, that's if you consider interest and compensation as, part of recurrence, goods and services in particular, where things like school feeding and the rest, let's relate it to some of the developments, that were coming up, were paid. Capital, where contractors and others were paid, where we would normally borrow, right, to support the budget. And then arrears, which followed by amortization, right, which is repayment of old debt. All of these were dependent on our borrowing, right? So first is a coverage of revenue over a limited number of items. Second is the fact that, this made us dependent heavily, on debt. Then what is the third one? As of last year, we could do only 3 billion out of the 5 billion we said we'll do in the external market. Even that 3 billion includes a zero coupon bond, for which out of 500 we got 350, which means that we were paying a whopping 150 million by way of interest. That's the implication, because we have to redeem 550 million, similar to the syndicated loan details that are showing now. We followed up this year and we were told categorically that we may not be able to go to the markets. So not going to the markets is not a new phenomenon. These are significant fiscal developments. And if you read the NPC reports, it kept pointing to the fiscal deterioration and using terms like policy credibility and the rest, right? So you see the deterioration coming. Then the last straw, what should have been the last straw, was our downgrade from B category into C, which is the junk bond category, right? So, I mean, if this wasn't alarming enough to the authorities, then what should be alarming? Because in the past where we have gone to the fund and where we didn't get to this level, okay? So one is not surprised, that, the adamance of the Ministry of Finance and whatever had to be corrected by the president, probably because the numbers, we're looking at the numbers. And yesterday you recall, that, my boss, former boss, or current boss has said that, the situation was getting dire and the government was running out of options and it was time to consider, an IMF, policy, option as a credible one.